The Normal Nerds Podcast, where two very normal dudes talk about very nerdy stuff. And what else feel like talking about. I'm your host, Maxwell Streisio.
And I'm your host who fucking hates Uzumaki, Dave Spades.
This episode is our now new and improved weekly anime/manga review. So sit back, relax, and welcome to the Normal Nerds Podcast. All right, Davis.
Yo!
We have so many anime and so many more we're going to be reviewing as the season goes on. So get ready. This episode's going to be super long from here on out. Yes. And we are reviewing manga now.
Yes.
Mainly just One Piece. But we're caught up in One Piece. So we'll be talking about the latest chapter of One Piece that has come out of the week. And so we got a lot to talk about.
I'm excited. Pumped. Let's go.
We got a bunch of new anime on the slate. But since we'll just go over the ones as we talk about them. I will this time. I should have put a piece of paper. I'm going to really try to keep track of timestamps because we have so many anime now that.
Yeah. There's paper right there.
Yeah.
Reach. Do you have a pen?
No.
Okay. 1 second.
Return of the Mac.
Incoming. Good catch.
So, yeah, I'll keep keeping timestamps for those,
Perfect.
so you don't have to listen to anime that you don't care about.
Yes, because there's a lot like Uzumaki that you shouldn't really be caring about.
Yeah, so let's hop right into the anime that is the anime of the year so far. My Hero Academia.
Season 7.
Another great episode.
Yeah.
Not the best episode of the season.
Might be their weakest one of the season. In my personal male opinion.
Yes. The ladies, once again, well, we have mainly male listeners, so maybe to the female listeners we have, let us know if you enjoy this. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not like this doesn't happen Naruto literally built his entire style off of Talk No Jutsu.
Yeah, for sure.
But the difference is Naruto was still always like, you bad.
Yeah.
I mean, literally what happens, like Zabuza, dead.
Yeah.
Pain, dead.
Yep.
Obito, dead.
Yep. Facts, yeah.
So it wasn't like he was like, and now you're free to go.
Yeah,
that's
like, true, yeah. Yeah. Those all neatly just ended, or like this was just like, and it doesn't even like, how do I explain it? It's like, the story makes sense. This whole Toga gravity thing, it makes so much sense, like for the story and for everything that's going on. I just personally was like, okay, yeah, but like, maybe you could just like curb stomp her a few times at this point. She's so bad.
Yeah, I think this is a disconnect that we have with majority of the fan base. I don't know why everyone likes Toga so much.
Neither do
I. We have this thing. It's just like she's an insane person.
Yeah.
It's just like in this episode they were trying. I don't know if this is what he was trying to do. That's how it was coming across to me, at least. It was like when she was looking at her past. And like her mom and dad like slapping her because she killed a bird, and she's like, the bird fell out of the tree, liar.
Yeah.
And then like taking them to like a doctor to try to get her help, and also, and everyone's like has these creepy face on her because they're trying to make her normal, and she's like, but I am who I am, and it's like, no.
Yeah.
This isn't like you. I mean, I'm trying to think of something that's like not normal, but. So leaning into the normality like of society sometimes, Normal Nerds Podcast,
yes,
is a good thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're fringe on certain things, like, but like that are okay to be fringe on.
Yeah.
But like murdering and drinking blood. This is
what I didn't understand the story. Is like she's exhibiting psychopathic tendencies, and her parents try to get ahead of it.
Yeah,
like, that's what I gathered from the backstory.
Yeah,
it seems like they didn't do it. They clearly did not do a great job of it, and clearly were just, I don't know, out of their depth. But like, I was watching this, and they got her help, and the help was like trying to be like, yeah, let's not make her a murderer. Like, murderers, they have a history of killing small animals for fun.
Also, the drinking blood part.
That's weird.
I know it's part of her quirk, and she got designed part of her, but it's weird.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. And it's not like she's like, everyone else who's quirks. It's like, it's like she has to drink blood to activate her quirk. Yes. That is a factor that happens. That does not mean she has to crave blood. That's not craving blood's not part of her quirk. That was a psychological thing that the doctor said happened that they should have been able to correct because it's psychopathic.
Yeah.
Like, and lo and behold, she became a serial killer.
So serial killer.
Yes.
Killed an old lady.
Coolly.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like there are people out there, and that are born with odd desires of this extremeness that they can't control these urges. They can control the urges, sorry. They have these urges, which they didn't. And I feel bad for those people in this world. However, we don't know who they are because they can control the ones who controlled it because they controlled it.
Yeah, true.
And that sucks, but you got to do it.
Yeah.
And for some reason, this episode was kind of like, just do it.
It kind of was.
And it wasn't like, oh, sorry, you did it. And it's like, no. I always bring back that one scene where she used her gravity's power to lift all these people up in the sky and then just dropped them all to their deaths.
Yes.
That was insane and laughed about it.
Yes. Was very happy she did it.
Yeah. So
it's like, and all the times in the past where she's injured people and like kind of gone off while doing it.
Yeah, weird.
Really weird, not normal stuff. Stuff that we say is bad in society.
I will say this, though. Her, like, ultimate bad guy uniform she had on with, like, the, like, how...
Oh, the
like,
half twice.
That looked cool.
It was good looking.
I was like, this is a cool looking suit.
It was fucking sick. It was good. It was really sick.
Yeah.
It was cool how it, like, also, like, half the time it mimicked the way, whatever... the half mask that Twice had for a few arcs there when like whenever his mask got ripped, he was like, it was always that kind of form. That was cool to do too. And like overall, it was a really good storyline, a good conclusion to her story. But like even everybody pointed out like that she would never drop anybody, including all those doubles that she lifted in the air at the end there, because she would feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Toga, the monster, is like, I want to drop everybody and kill everybody and have done that.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's nuts.
It is nuts. It is nuts. I will get it. Like if it wasn't like, here's the two parts. If it wasn't like all the people who wanted Toga to be normal were like villains, which was weird. Like in her childhood, like portrayed as like the bad people.
Sure.
Because like if it didn't do that, if it just showed her parents as nice and like like what they were actually doing, which is like trying to help her, I would have been like, okay. Two, if like Uravity, if it wasn't just giving off the vibes of like just be who you want to be, even if you are murdering people, then I would have been like, okay, Uravity's better than me. She's like Jesus. She's forgiving. It's great. Blah blah. But like they're kind of just like not forgiving. They're just like ignoring.
Yeah, kind of. It's like, well, like the lesson there at the end was like, instead of just like I don't know, lessons like instead of just mass murdering everyone and drinking their blood, just find people that will let you drink their blood. That seemed like the message at the end there to me.
Yeah.
It was like, okay.
Okay, yeah. If she never killed anybody, then sure, yeah, that's a fine solution.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what we're getting at. Though. It's like the whole, like where she has that line where it's like, does everyone just like go around not doing what they want to do? Yeah. And it's like, yeah, everyone suppresses their base, like their intrusive thoughts. Yeah, it's a thing, and people shut it down.
And you gotta teach it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That and Uravity when she goes, I can't forgive you for intentionally killing people, which I was like, great line, obviously. She's like, but I know there's things you were forced to do it. It's like, first of all, she wasn't. Second of all, if anyone even argues for a second, they're like, well, this is war. People die in war. It's like, it's only a war because a bunch of terrorists are terrorizing people. This isn't a war. This is like people trying to survive.
Yes.
Anyone following all for one isn't a good person.
No, they're not. They're trying to smash society and everyone that lives there. Yeah. And that's the good ones in the group. They're trying to destroy society. Some of them are just trying to murder and kill and have fun.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
So, it's one of those episodes, like, I don't think it was a bad episode.
Oh, no, it was a good episode. For the characters that were in it, it was a good episode for them. I am just a boy, and I'm sitting here thinking, like, destroy her.
Fight.
Don't talk to her.
Fight.
No, yeah, fight. Exactly. It's like Toga is a first off, it's just a monster, and her quirk's out of control. Twice, okay. Hawk's taking out Twice, great move.
The best move.
Second priority should have been her.
Yes. Hawk's taking out Twice. Once again, we've said it a million times on this podcast, but save the world.
Yes, facts. Yeah, if you could do if Twice could just do Sad Man's Legion whenever he wanted, they would have no chance.
No, they would have been dead instantly, and especially the fact that Twice could actually turn.
Ew, God.
Yeah, Toga couldn't do it.
Yeah,
but that Twice could literally make a bunch of all for ones.
Yeah, it'd be horrible.
But next episode, it's gonna be awesome.
Yes. Even talking about Ravity's power awakening.
I totally forgot Awakened. Yeah, it lifted up everything.
It was cool. That was fun and cool. That was a very good expansion of her power.
And that she said she loved Deku.
That's true.
I did enjoy that.
And got stabbed. And Froppy got stabbed as well.
Yeah, it was a lot of stabbing going on.
A lot of stabby. It's a very stabby episode.
By Toga, yes.
By Toga, yes. The villain.
Yes.
So it's
Also, I hate the scenes when she like bites her finger and blood is.
Their parents should have hired like 8 more psychologists.
Yes.
Yeah, to fix this.
But very
Anyways, next episode will be amazing. It's everything. It's what we wanted to see since
episode 1.
well, yeah. Since All Might beat All for One, whatever, 4 seasons ago. Like, we wanted to see this meetup again.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm so excited for this to happen. Especially he's got some Iron Man level suit thing going on. I love the way they previewed the episode. It was like the man who can steal quirks and has all the quirks versus the man who has no quirks.
Yeah, and I did like how they didn't show any of the fight.
Me too. I'm pumped for it.
That was cool. And really to get some backstory on All Might too. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's just like, I'm very happy we got the Toga Uravity episode out of the way.
Yeah.
Completely. So that now we can go for this.
Yeah. It does seem like they're getting all loose ends tied up, which is nice. Yeah. But yeah, once again, it was a good episode. Just, I don't care about Toga, so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or feelings.
Yes. Well, I do like the feelings sometimes, but not feelings for murderers.
Yes.
Sorry. Serial killers.
Yes.
All right, let's move on. And so I think in this slot, we're going to put Dandadan.
All right, let's go.
However, we're not going to talk about Dandadan right here. We're going to talk about Uzumaki, because this is the only time we're going to talk about Uzumaki for the rest of the season, because this show sucks.
Yes! Yes! Oh, thank goodness.
So we put it on because it's clearly like popular for some reason, or got hyped for some reason. I don't think anyone's going to keep watching it. And it's a horror, quote unquote, if you're not watching.
It's just disgusting.
It's stupid. Like, I like horror movies. I like ones that are even creepy and weird and have like odd, weird things happening. There needs to be depth to it. Yeah. This is just like a bunch of dumb, like, horror writer college kids got together and like, and then this spiral happens, and then this spiral happens, and then this spiral. It's like, what does any of this mean? And it's like,
I don't know.
It's like it's a reflection of I don't know.
I have no idea. I kind of want to look up a synopsis of the show and see what they're going for with these spiral things, because like, I'm just watching it and I am just like thoroughly, 1, confused, and 2, just like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
Yeah.
Like, it's just so fucking weird.
It is weird. So I started watching episode 2.
Episode 2 dropped? I didn't see that
today.
Yeah.
And I was like halfway through and I was like, I'm not even watching this.
Not good?
No. The one slow kid turns into a snail.
What?
Yeah. So he comes in the beginning of the episode, he has like a spiral on his back and it's like a big lump on his back. You know the kid is like slow.
Yeah.
And then he turns into a snail, large, humongous snail.
What? Not a spiral?
Well, the
spiral calls him turn into a snail?
Yeah.
How's that make fucking sense?
Well, what's it? Shell. The snail shell is a spiral. Whatever. And then another kid turns into a snail and they're like making out or something. And it was really gross and weird. And the main girl's hair turns into a bunch of spirals and it's like really big. And this other girl's like, how dare she take up my, like, I'll be more noticeable than her hair turns into a spiral. None of it makes, what also doesn't make any sense with this stupid show is all these things are happening. And the only kid who, like, actually is like, what the fuck is the one boy?
Yeah, the one kid,
But he's still, like, fine with it.
Doesn't have no fucking, still has no idea. You're like, why? Dude, when you saw this was happening, you should have ditched the town, like, instantly. Like, left.
And his dad?
When your dad, turned himself into a spiral in that stupid thing, that first off was just like, I was like, leave. Everyone leave.
Also,
leave.
How did he do that?
I have no idea.
None of it makes sense.
How did he turn into, tongues don't curl that way. How did he turn that into a spiral?
Yeah, so when it started, like, the start of the episode, the opening with the name and the eeriness, I was like, ooh, this might be like a Twilight Zone like show. Mm-hmm. And then like the animation, I was like, ooh, this could be actually really good if this is like a good. And then, she says like, these are the stories that have happened in my town, blah blah. And I was like, oh, this could be actually like maybe like I thought it was, first of all, it would be episodic. Yeah, like, there'd be a different story each episode. I don't know. And then like the first episode, I was like, first of all, this is just dumb.
Yes. The
one girl, she like evaporates.
Yeah, she like folds in on herself because she becomes a spiral. I don't really understand that part.
Once again, it's just like, it's not. What is this?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. And she like eats the one kid too.
I don't.
And then but then she just spirals away to herself. I don't understand it. I don't get it. It's weird. Why? Who's got obsession with spirals? Uzumakis.
Yeah, I just don't know. Like, this is one of those shows that some dumb nerd with like a goatee and a fedora, wearing like, who only owns metal t-shirts.
Yeah, facts. So things like this
and where it's like
so
fingerless
deep.
gloves or something. It's like telling you, it's like, no, you're missing the message. And
This is
like,
so deep.
nah, it's just dumb. Once again, I really, really do enjoy like even like grotesque horror, like that. I know you're not a fan of it, but and so that's like, but there needs to still be a story.
Yeah, you can't just have it in there for the hell of it.
That's when it's bad.
Yeah,
it's
facts,
like
yeah.
jump scares. It's like when it's a good horror movie and there are jump scares, that's fine. Like when it's like you know the movie's still good overall. You can't have too many, like you know one or two or something like that. But when it's the entire movie's just jump scares, it's just like this is stupid.
Yes, agreed.
It's like oh well we scared you. It's like yeah anybody gets scared when something suddenly happens.
Yeah, we react to it. It's our instincts.
Yeah. So I was like when you were like it's weird I don't want to watch it. I was like well let's see how it goes like blah blah and I made it through halfway through the second episode and was like this show sucks.
Thank God.
It's really bad.
I hate that show.
Yeah, it's
I was just watching it was a chore for me. I was like, this is so gross. When they opened up the box and the dad was a spiral, I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore. I don't want to deal with this. This looks so fucking weird. I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah, and like when the dad like cremates, then like the sky turns into like a spiral, and then this like smoke form comes out, and everyone's just like,
how does not everyone in that town just leave?
That's what I'm saying. Everyone's just like, oh, whoa, this is so weird. And I'm like,
go.
The main girl too is like she's just like doesn't care about it.
Well, she's a moron.
In the second episode, her hair turns into spirals, and they're like choking her because she tried to get it cut, whatever. And like her parents are like over, like, oh no, we need to get her to a hospital. And the brother and their little brother's like, I think first of all his voice acting is terrible. He's like, I think the hair's mad at her, and that's really what it is because she wanted to get it cut. And they're like, don't be ridiculous. She needs a hospital. I was like, can't take her to the hospital because I'm trying to cut it. They're like, oh, what do we do? And I'm like, what is happening?
I don't know.
Why are you acting like this is normal?
Yeah, they're actually all this spiral crap's like just a regular day, regular thing in the day.
It's super bad. It's like for the art, I'll give it a 0.5.
Yeah.
Out of 10.
Yeah, sure.
But like I literally like I've got to look up who wrote it. It had to be like an 18-year-old.
That makes sense. Some nerdy dude.
But let's move on to a really, really good anime.
Actually good anime. Thank God we're not watching this anime. I did not want to watch this anime.
Dandadan.
Yeah!
Dandadan. Great first episode. Holy crap. Music, incredible. Opening, incredible.
You read the manga on this one, you were talking it up for a while, and I was like, alright, I'm excited for this. I trust Maxwell's opinions, of course. I'm excited to see this. And then it just started playing, and I was like, this is ridiculous. And I love every second of it.
Oh, it's
like
great.
Every part of the character, just the opening with the two main characters is spectacular. Just the way they meet and their whole little debacle of like ghosts are real, no aliens are real, and they're laughing, making fun of each other. I was like, this is spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
This is just good story writing right here. And I didn't know. I don't know what I expected. I knew there was probably gonna be aliens and spirits in the show. That I figured. I did not realize that both the spirits and the aliens wanted to do sexual things to the kids, and one kind of did.
Yes.
The grandma gobbled his dong.
Yeah, she's got his dong. She's in the tunnel now. She's got it. Yeah, I did like the aliens. Cracked me up. First of all, yeah, they animated this so well. Like how colorful the ship was, and the music, and like the aliens are just like. They're like, we don't have any females, so we need you to like reproduce. So we're gonna take your uterus. Yeah, and she's just like, what the? I love her attitude like towards them. Like how she just never was like, save it. She's just like, screw you.
Yeah, fuck you. What are you guys talking about?
Like, but they're like, don't worry, we took care of your clothing delicately. And it's all ripped
shredded. Although they're lying too. It's like someone's calling at a very inconvenient time. It's like I was like, that was fantastic. Teleportation through a phone. We don't have that.
Yeah, I love. First of all, when he's the animation is incredible when he comes out as like that Turbo Granny mix. I can't wait to see his actual form. It's so much cooler. But just that one line we've mentioned it 1,000 times with each other. But when he's going off about how they can't hurt her and anything like that. He's like
the only one that was really nice to me.
Yeah, and then he's like, "I will let you," and then they immediately just like psychic push him into the wall. He's like, I can't help you.
You didn't even try.
I know.
That was
they're like that comedy styling never goes away, and that's what I love. Like they're just so his not a spoiler alert. Like, well, I'll just keep to the episodes going forward. This is only the first episode, so I'm not going to talk too much about the manga. But his his mixed form is ultra depressed.
Really?
Yeah, it's always like, why am I doing anything? This all sucks. It's so great.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see all this unfold. But what was I getting at? I was talking about some of the episode. Turbo Granny herself was something, one, animated spectacularly, and even when they after they beat the aliens, who asked for his banana organ, even if they beat the aliens, and they were like, and then she like tries to push Turbo Granny out of him, and she's like, or that cool scene where she like takes up the whole screen and is like, "Come and get it, bitch. This kid's dong is mine."
Oh, she's funny as shit, dude.
I can't even like. This is the whoever sat there and decided and wrote these lines. I was like, you were either I don't know, you were like either so high while writing them, or you were just like, nah, I'm gonna gamble on this, and this shit's gonna be funny as fuck.
Yeah,
like you just don't think that a ghost granny and aliens with electronic dicks are gonna be just an amazing combo to watch fight and interact, but they are.
Oh yeah, they are. I love how the aliens, they show up in those like creepy ass suit, like look like creepy ass office workers, and then he rips them off, and then they look nothing like you would expect at all. Like they're like these weird like lizard, but like they're like shapes ish.
Yeah, I don't know, yeah.
With psychic powers.
Yeah, psychic.
That's what I love. That's what I love you too about the show. That you're like the ridiculous level. This is like when we first watched Spy X Family, and we're like, it was so ridiculous. The ridiculousness level of the show is insane. It's like, okay, so he goes to the tunnel. Turbo Granny shows up. She's like, "I'll let you suck on my teat." He's like, "I'm gonna chomp on your dong," and you're like, "Okay, what the hell is going on?" Then these aliens show up with like metal dicks, and then you're thinking like, okay, now a ghost just possessed her, and there's aliens and stuff, and then lo and behold, the main character has psychic abilities. It's like they're so. I love it. He's like, "Are you using psychic powers?" She's like, "I think so."
Yeah, maybe. That was they just unlocked it or some shit like that. That was just out of nowhere too, and they animated that crazily well.
Oh, so beautiful.
She'll be a different character.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That whole sequence, I was like, I knew it wasn't gonna be bad. That whole sequence where she's tied down, they're describing what's happening, because like I was like, this anime is too popular. Or Maxwell would suggest something where a girl actually gets friggin' like molested.
No, I would never.
So I'm like, I know it's gonna happen, but it's like really weird here. And you're sitting there, it's like, man, this really, she's about to get like raped by aliens. Like this really can't get any worse for her. And then the dick turned into a robotic, like turkey baster.
Yeah.
And then they said they're gonna harm her universe. It's like, oh. It did just get worse. It just got a lot worse. Yeah. I don't even think it can do this.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I just like the way he's like leaning, and it's like. I will say is what was it?
And their spaceship's just like a classic UFO.
I know. Yeah. I know. When I read the manga, so that scene where they rip her clothes off is a little more detailed in the manga, and I was one of those things where I was like, oh. Maybe I should stop reading this.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't really like this. I will say it gets so much better as it goes on, because there's another girl who shows up, love interest, hilarious. Her power is also awesome. But throughout the series, yes, there are a few times where the girls lose their clothes and they're in bras and panties. But I did like how they weren't super detailed on drawing it in this anime.
Yeah, okay.
Like, you could see her in the background in bras and panties, but like, in some of their animes, it's like, it's incredibly detailed.
Yeah, like intensely,
and like the camera's really focused on it. And this, it wasn't so much, which I enjoy. Because that's not it's not a fan service show.
Okay, that's good.
It's like, it's all about action and like comedy and fun and like, but they nailed it. The music, God, you know me and the love of music.
I know, yeah.
The music in this was on point.
Every second of it, like the color scheme too, like when the spaceship was blowing up and it's cut to black and white there, or gray or whatever, that was great. And the kid's just like running on the ground convulsing. I was dying laughing.
Yeah, I love. And then
the opening was great too.
Opening is great. Pretty sure it's the same people who did the Mashal opening.
That makes Creepy Nuts or something like that.
Yeah, but I do love and how she's. So if you watched it and you didn't look up anything and you're a confused American listener, she's into Ken Takatora,
yes,
who is a famous Japanese actor singer, and I don't know why. Once again, great writing. Don't know why she is obsessed with him. The main character's got the same name. Cracked me up the first time I saw it, and she won't even call him that name.
Ah, okay.
She like refuses.
Just call him a cult, Coon or whatever.
Yeah, because it always gets her like her heart beating.
Her heart's beating so fast.
Yeah,
because she found a guy she wants.
They're a great couple.
I loved how her friends were just like, well, she went from a strong, silent bad boy there to a nerd.
Yeah,
she's not even hiding it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I did.
Her boyfriend at the start sucked too. It's like, yeah, let's go. We can go to a love hotel, but you're gonna pay for it. It's like, he was like, I'm dumping you. You don't put out. You were broke. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
I did like also when she does her psychic kick, how it cut to the first. That was really cool.
That was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, she has like her ability is like mage hand almost, but way stronger.
Okay, cool.
That's like what it ends up being.
Cool. I dig it. I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and what I'm loving too. So I think next episode, it's gonna be the race with Turbo Granny probably next few episodes, and then like immediately like you'll get to. I am so pumped for her childhood friend. When you meet this guy, he is like literally he is the character that I was like, I don't know how much Davis will like this anime. I was like. But I know the second this guy shows up, he's going to be like, this is peak.
Nice. All right.
Because he's a goon.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I really do think this anime is going to be like, with My Hero ending, I think it's going to be the anime of the winter season.
Yeah, I could see that. It's so different.
Yeah, it is different, yeah.
Like, obviously you have, it's the anime, so you have all your tropes of anime. Can't get away from those, and it's amazing. I love it. But like, it's just a different story. Mm-hmm. It's just like, and I feel like we've been getting a lot of those lately too. Like people have been branching out a little bit with anime.
That's true. Like not many isekais.
No. But I think that time period is over.
Yeah.
I think that we're still gonna get isekais.
We still do, but
like
not the big ones.
There was that friggin' there was like an isekai every 5 feet, and they were dominating the anime like scene. Mm-hmm. Like we had Slime, Shield Hero before it got bad.
The anime we're about to talk about,
ReZero came back, yeah.
But that's like an old. That's
that was one of that was ahead of its time.
That's actually that. Yeah, that was way ahead of its time.
That was ahead of its time.
Reincarnate. Mushuki Tenshin.
Yeah.
Which once again, that technically is an old. That's an old manga. So
yeah. There's another one that I gotta catch up on. That I like. Cody and I watched. It was Moonlight Fantasy. That's an isekai that did pretty well.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's Overlord. Yeah. So it's not. I think we're getting out. I think that was a cool time period where everyone was pumped to do that kind of thing, but I think we're gonna move towards different stories now, which would be kind of cool. I'm fine for that.
I would like more of these kind of things too, where it's like comedy, but like also
action
fighting.
And serious. Yeah.
So it's like this
little blend of shows.
This anime is for everyone.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it literally, it's got romance. It's got romance, like love triangle romance, which like for those love triangle people, we love that stuff. Goon, best friend. There's a talking cat. There's awesome action. Like it literally. There's mechs later on. There's literally everything in this anime. This anime could be big.
I'm pumped to see it. I'm pumped to see it. I think it's a really cool breath of fresh air.
Yeah, and it's one of those. I think the only people who are gassing it up are the people who read it.
Yeah,
and not a lot of. I guess I'm assuming not a lot of people read it. A lot of people must read it because it's very popular.
Yeah, it became an anime. So.
Yeah, well, that doesn't always mean that.
That sometimes means
there's so many.
I feel like there has to be a threshold the manga has to sell for them to become an anime.
There must be,
right?
But there also is like a billion anime.
I guess that's
that
true.
No one's ever watched. Yeah. But I think once again, I think this will be in its favor. Mm-hmm. That it wasn't hyped up like Solo Leveling, or
true.
Chainsaw Man or anything like that. It just was like few. And I think it's going to be or Spike's Family. Spike's Family was not hyped up.
Yeah, it's true. And then it was like whoa.
Yeah. So I think what you're talking about though, it's like if you try to explain or pitch this show to somebody, they would be like. What? And I think that's why they didn't like push it too hard because they were like, let's put it out and see how it does.
Yeah.
Same thing with Spike's Family, but they're like, let's put it out and see how it does.
Yeah.
And it just took over like a storm. So I have a feeling this is gonna take over.
Yeah, I can see it. I can easily see it happening.
Yeah.
So
and doing it dubbed and sub. Like
amazing, great. Kaiju number 8 did that. Yeah, that was awesome.
Kaiju number 8. That was that one was probably.
Did the same studio make this? Because it feel like the animation is very close to Kaiju number 8. Like character design wise and like some of their movements that they do.
Let me look it up.
Like they're cartoony movements, I should say.
Let's see. Keep talking.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's Show and Jump is the magazine. Nice.
Really? Yeah. Oh yeah. Showing. So I don't know. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to see moving forward and how it does. The opening is really good. The opening's just a good vibe. Like it's very chill, very cool. I saw some of the characters that I'm guessing I think I know who they are, and they look spectacular, and I can't wait to meet them.
It's not the same studio.
Not the same studio? Okay, cool beans.
They did Scott Pilgrim Takes Off.
And yeah, I didn't finish that. It was another one of those. I really just there's sometimes where
Wow,
I just wish
this must be a Netflix branch studio because Netflix is a part of this because they also
that
did,
would make sense.
They also did
Yeah,
Devilman
okay.
Crybaby, which that was a Netflix thing.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I'll say, don't like Devilman Crybaby. I will never like it.
It was animated out the wazoo.
But it is very animated very well.
And Scott Pilgrim Takes Off is animated really well too. I just don't. I would really like someone just to make a Scott Pilgrim animated series that follows the freaking books. That'd be kind of cool. But we can't do that apparently. Anyways,
but yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Can't wait. We're gonna keep talking about it, keep enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
I probably will keep reading the manga.
Okay.
I decided I wasn't probably gonna, just because I'll just now they have the anime do it. But it is a really fun manga to read.
Yeah, sick.
But anyways, all right. So let's move on to Ray Zero or Ray Zero.
Ray Zero, season 3.
Yeah, what's the full name of the show? I can't remember.
There's more to the show's name.
Yeah, there's way more. Life in Another World or something like that.
Ew, you're right. There is. I've just called it Ray Zero for the last 5 years.
Ray Zero starting Life in Another World season
3.
Yes.
This
Hour and a half long episode.
Didn't need to be an hour and a half long episode. In my personal opinion, I liked your theory that maybe
I stay by that theory.
Yeah, they're just trying to there's probably a bunch of talking chapters in the manga and they just got it out of the way. I feel like they could. The only reason I was fine for a little while with it being an hour and a half long is they're talking, going to all these different scenes, and I thought they were setting up for him to die at the end of the episode, which he does, but then he resets that entire couple days so that he has to go through all those days and figure out what else is going on. But he resets to 20 minutes prior, or a couple hours prior, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm so okay, so everything I watched was kind of a waste.
Yeah, that's true. I think since I don't know how the manga's written. There's another theory of mine. Since the show takes forever, to when did this last season come out?
It was 3 years ago.
It was 3 years ago.
You were in your old apartment still. It was definitely 3 years ago.
Yeah, it was 3 years ago, and then 6 years between season 1 and season 2.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think it takes forever. I also saw this episode they kind of were doing it. We're remember this?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah,
Do you remember this?
Yeah.
We're just refreshing here because it's been a minute. But one thing. There's things I was going to ask you before we got on the podcast, but we're on the podcast now, so.
Okay.
Why is he Julius so much again?
Julius, the purple-haired kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that beat the shit out of him in the first season.
That was him?
That was him, yes.
Oh,
But then he helped. No, Reinhardt never did that.
Yeah. Okay.
No, Julius is the one that beat the crap out of him in the arena.
Okay. That's why.
And then it's that big long arc where he makes up with Julius and they help him and he helps him beat the White Whale, I think. Then he helps him beat the Archbishop of Sloth. Yeah, Sloth.
That's Sloth, yes.
Which was good and all that stuff. I kind of wish he just kicked Julius' ass instead in the long run, but it's fine. It's fine.
Maybe one day he will.
He won't. They're friends now.
Yeah, but maybe he'll challenge him to a fight.
They're friends now. They won't.
I don't know. Well, we don't know.
They're friends now.
We don't know.
They went in a kinder arc than I would have liked. I wanted revenge for Subaru, but it's fine.
So let's talk about let's not talk about the great parts of the episode. Let's talk about the mid parts of the episode real quick. A lot of introduction of all the old characters.
Yeah. Let's see. The mid parts of the episode. I did enjoy the moot that the purple hair princess candidate pretty much did. Where she got all the candidates minus Scarlet there. Who
Anastasia? I think.
And is that her name?
It's close to that.
Some of the Pearl Girls, Anastasia. Okay.
Yeah.
Where they got all the candidates pretty much more or less to show up, and then Red Dress Girl crashes it. That's another one of those ones where it's man, I'm really glad that I didn't live in a high society time like that, because man, I just could not follow the rules of decorum. I wanted Subaru just to yell slurs at that girl the entire time.
Yeah, why does he hate her again so much? Couldn't remember that either.
Because she insulted him a while ago. It's only back in season 1, last time we saw her.
Did she just insult him?
I think she assaulted Amelia.
Oh, that's it? Okay. Priscilla's awful, by the way.
Priscilla, that's her name. Priscilla sucks.
I do love, though, when, what is it? I was just about to say it. Priscilla's awful. She comes into the fold, whatever. What did she say? Oh, I love when she's when she calls, we'll talk about Reinhardt's father.
Yeah.
When she comes in, and Subaru's like, Priscilla! Blah, 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 and she's like, Who are you?
That was funny. That was good.
Correct.
That was really good.
And then Al, or like
her knight
there is like, the way he's describing Subaru is awful. He's like, you remember you got a butt really beat up and you were laughing your head off laughing my head off. That seems like I'm terrible. I don't remember it all. He's like, I tried, man.
That was pretty good. I like her knight. Her knight is good. Once again, it's like, why are you following this bitch? She's horrible.
Well,
I know.
The only thing I hate about like the whole election thing they're doing or whatever, who's going to be the next person in charge, whatever it's called, I can't remember, out of all these girls, whatever.
Yeah.
Is I'm just like always so confused on the structure of royalty here.
Yes.
Because like they're all in charge of different regions, but like then they also have to follow the rules of the Imperials. Like I don't.
It's almost like but there also looks like there's vying for, because that Flea girl, right? That's her name, Flea.
No, it's Felt.
Felt. That's it.
Yeah.
That Felt girl. Whatever, Reinhardt pulled her off the street.
She's literally a bum.
Yeah, she's literally a bum, and she's endearing herself to like the lower half of society, the peasants of society, essentially.
Yeah.
And like that's how she's gonna do well. But is this an election? How does this work?
Yeah, I don't
know how this works.
It's very freaking confusing.
How is Amelia doing anything now?
She's doing nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
But like it's like a popularity contest apparently, and that's all it is really.
Yeah.
That is all it is. And what annoys me is like. So, like, I guess, actually, it looks like it's Europe.
Yeah.
Where all of them have different countries who do different things, and they follow their own rules, but there's the European Union, which I guess everyone's required to be in, and, like, whatever they say goes.
Yeah.
Because, like, when Reinhard, Heinkel, Reinhard's father and Wilhelm's son, shows up, they're like, we have to listen to him. Not right now, because we're not on duty.
Sure.
Which makes no sense. Knights are always on duty.
Yeah,
but whatever.
no.
Like, but we have to listen to him because he's the vice captain or whatever. I'm like, what?
How?
But I thought you worked for like this person. He worked for a different person. You all work for the same people. What's going on?
I guess the royal guards are one thing, but they're like split across royalty. I don't know. I don't know the structure. What are the rules?
I don't know. So it's very confusing. Quick note: love the scene where Pelisama was like, "Don't say Reinhardt's name. Even if I say his name, will show up in a second. He'll just appear right near." And he's like, and he also just like, "Do you need anything?" I was like, Reinhardt's awesome.
Reinhardt is great. He is a very awesome character. I think he's been a great character since season 1, though.
Yeah.
Like, and the only crime the show has done is they haven't shown him doing enough stuff.
I know.
Like, whatever. He had that one sword swing against the Gut Ripper, or the Bowel Hunter. I don't remember what that dumb vampire's name was.
Bowel Hunter.
Bowel Hunter.
Yeah.
He had that great attack against her, which was animated out the wazoo back in season 1, and then in season 1, he had that attack in the world that never. No, season 2, in the world that didn't happen. He had that attack against Puck when Puck froze the world.
Yeah.
He went like in one of the possible timelines. He goes and kills Puck with the big ass sword.
That was cool.
So I'm very.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
No.
I did enjoy the scene though when they show up and Reinhardt. He's like, "Hello, grandfather." And Subaru goes, "Huh?" I watched it like 3 times because Subaru's just like, "Huh?"
Subaru has some great. I mean,
first
Subaru
off, makes total
lines.
sense. I don't remember if this was said or not already. I don't think it was because they made it out to be like it was new information that it is his grandson.
It may. I would may. I don't know if they've done. I don't know if they said.
I don't think they did.
It makes sense because his wife looked just like Reinhardt.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things that it just made so much sense.
Yeah.
Like when thinking of it, Wilhelm, first off, the coolest character in the show.
I know. Yeah.
When he was looking at the moon, and he had such a cool line, is that the heroes who etched their names into history weren't heroes every second of their lives.
Yeah.
What
true.
a cool line!
What a fantastic line! And above all other things that make him cool, he loves Subaru.
Yes.
He thinks Subaru is the coolest guy,
He does.
which is the best thing ever.
I did love when Subaru was like, he's like, I'm just admiring the majesty of whatever. I can't remember Wilhelm's cool name, but it's like it's Dragon of the Sword or something like that.
Some shit like that.
He's like, his beauty in the moonlight. He's like, it sounds like something you should say to a woman.
Yeah. That was really good. They have an interesting backstory going on, him and Wilhelm and Reinhardt right now.
Yeah, and they're stupid.
His dad sucks. The dad sucks. But like, I want to know what this history is. But it sounds like Reinhardt slayed his grandmother.
Yeah.
I don't remember what happened to the grandma. It's something to do with the white whale, I thought. But,
it does something to do with the
But I don't remember. It sounds like she got corrupted somehow.
Well, so what we learned, new Wilhelm information is he wasn't there when this happened because he got pulled away.
Yes, he was out defending some royal.
Well, a person got kidnapped, so he had to go chase them down. And then Reinhard must have been back there, and this happened like 15 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, Reinhard was a kid.
So he's a little kid, so I'm assuming this is like a complete accident or something.
Or maybe he's just that good. Maybe she turned into a monster somehow. He just slayed her. Like, because her sword that he carries now, it's where his line all the way in the first season, like, this sword can't be drawn unless it's for like a specific purpose or like something important. And we see him use it in the world or the timeline that never was to slay Puck. So I think so if she turned into a big monster and he just drew the sword and swung it.
Yeah, it's probably.
It could have been one of those like delete.
Yeah, probably. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be really interesting.
He yelled at Reinhardt back in the day, so I'm very interested to see how that storyline was.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see how that's gonna work.
And then their terrible dad and son show up.
Yeah, what is this? What is this?
How?
First off, I was getting so mad. I was like, Wilhelm, stand the fuck up.
I know.
Like, your son walked in the room. I don't care if he's a vice captain, whatever the hell you are.
Yeah.
Like,
you're right, Wilhelm, you don't even work for them anymore.
Yeah, you're his dad.
Yeah.
Like, stand up and look him in the eye.
Yeah.
You can beat the crap out of him.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. He was drunk. He was drunk.
What if he has one of those stupid, like, drunken swordsman fight things?
No, he doesn't.
It's anime, we don't know.
He definitely doesn't. I mean, Julius didn't even seem that threatened of him, so.
That's a good point, yeah.
But then also Julius is really
Julius
never
is more
threatened.
on those.
Yeah, he's never threatened by
anything. Yeah, anything. Until he actually does, yeah.
Reinhardt could absolutely beat the crap out of him.
Oh, the living shit, yes.
But yeah, he sucks, and I love how he was, like, talking crap, and then Amelia's just like, what do you want?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And he was like, what? And she's like, what do you want? Why are you here?
That was funny. That was funny as all get out. I did enjoy, and once again, going back to those lines of decorum and shit, like, Subaru's the one yelling and all that stuff, and everyone's like being like, quiet down, Subaru, quiet down, Subaru. And lo and behold, we find out later from Julius that they all wanted to be like that, but Subaru was their outlet. I hate the way they structured Royal Society back in the day, where they had to have people, like, do their emotions for them so they can look through it. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
It's just like, nah, say what you fucking think already. It's fine.
Right.
And maybe you all stood up and said, hey, you suck, we don't like you, get the fuck out of here. Maybe she would actually do that.
I know, yeah.
Instead of almost killing a knight in front of everybody.
Yeah, she wouldn't.
She almost committed murder right there, by the way.
Yeah, she's probably done that a million times.
Probably has.
Yeah.
Bad.
Probably
bad.
A lot of,
Priscilla is bad.
Priscilla is bad. Yeah, she's terrible. She's awful.
Very bad, yes.
I mean, and then another huge part of the episode was Liana the Bard.
Yeah.
The songs were actually really good.
The songs were done really well. I love what Subaru pointed out. These lyrics suck.
Oh, yeah, that one was so funny because she was just talking about how, like, horrible and awful her life is. He's like, wait a minute, these suck. And also at the end when Priscilla is dancing, which we didn't even get to see,
I know,
which would have been funny. But I did like how Subaru and Amelia were like, it's just weird to see you dancing.
Yeah.
And then she's like, come work for me. And she said no. And then she's like, my mother was a traveler. Her mother was a traveler. We go with the wind, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, you're a gypsy.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's what she is. She goes from traveling bard. She goes from town to town and sings. Yeah, they all pointed out too with Priscilla. It's like, I still like Priscilla. I'm not a fool in anime. I don't fall for this crap. But like, they're all like, huh, it's weird to see you being human. Like, that was funny. That was funny. So I kind of like her a little bit now. But the Bard was really good. Her music is fire. I'm interested to see what she does moving forward, because they no character this detailed is going to not do something moving on. Maybe, I don't know. And Subaru's going to get her. And Subaru's going to get her. I forgot that she has the best name for Subaru ever. It's like Subaru, the boy who like plays with many little girls or some shit like that. Yeah. It's like, oh,
he's like, please don't call me that.
Don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Also, the weird arc with the Songstress Maniac or whatever there, where it's just like he's got the crystal and then they just show up and Subaru's like
touching Liliana.
Yeah, touching Liliana. Of course, Subaru is. And then they just kicked out. They never talk about it again. I was like,
isn't that crystal like super important to getting like an arch spirit back?
Yeah,
like Puck.
I do love Beatrice. She's a great character.
Oh yeah, she was a killer. It'd
be cool if she just like stopped holding Subaru's hand.
That'd be kind of fun.
I know they're like connected in a way.
That'd be kind of fun.
Did enjoy the scene though when she's like peek, sneak. She's like, I think I look amazing in this.
That was in the kimono, yeah. Very interesting to see. Subaru even talked about how like, so they're in that Japanese garden thing. He's talking about like, oh, this person that founded this 500 years ago was probably from my world.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool too, because he just accepted that it was a reality.
Yeah, and it's like it opens up the theory that like he might not be the only one from his planet to come here.
We didn't have to deep dive into it. That's why.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Like he just accepted it as a thing. It wasn't like and honestly, I thought I was gonna hate the whole Japanese aspect, but it was super funny.
It was Hilarious.
When Beatrice, when she's like, "Is that green stuff poison?" It was the wasabi.
That was really good.
Wilhelm can't do whatever that Olski, whatever the hibachi.
Cooking your own food.
Yeah, that was funny. He couldn't do it.
That was sensational. And all that, and then like that's how him and Reinhardt are getting back together.
Yeah,
and all this stuff, and like being good, being friends.
I do love a star of the episode. Even though he didn't really do anything, but always the star of the show, Otto. Otto
getting drunk, Otto making comments, Otto going to shake a guy's hand when the guy wasn't talking to him. Every scene this guy has is spectacular. I remember all the way back in season 1, I hated Otto for a hot second because they're in one of the deaths, he just pushes Subaru off.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
When he was freaking out.
100. And now, honestly, I like Otto now, so relatively understandable.
He also wasn't a flesh out character at that point.
At that point, no, not at all. And then now I'm just like, oh, you're cool, you're awesome, you're so smart. You've come such a long way from that timeline that doesn't exist anymore. Which I'm standing by that these timelines don't exist anymore. Yeah, otherwise the show sucks. We went over this last season.
We'll go back to check late podcast on that one. Did like when Felt showed up outside when Otto was like holding his like thing because he was clearly drunk the night before, and she's like, what's with the guy in green? He wasn't here yesterday. I was like, poor Otto, dude. This poor guy.
He just like no one remembers him.
Yeah, it was great when Julius was like, oh, was that Julius or was that Reinhardt who bowed? That was Julius, right? To Beatrice. Yeah, it was Julius. It was Julius because she didn't like him. When he's like, oh, Otto starts talking, he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't. And Otto like takes this out of him. He's like, it's no big deal. And then she's like, oh, an archbeard, Beatrice, blah 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 whatever. And then everyone just like cuts Otto, and he's like dark, and they're like, what's going on? He's like, nothing.
For a second there, I thought Otto was about to have some like big time like backstory there. It's like where I'm actually like a magic merchant from somewhere. It's like, no, you're just Otto still, which is great.
Otto's so great.
Otto, he takes the cake every time he's on screen. One more thing, Garfield. Right before we get to the big stuff that happened in the episode, very interesting stuff happening with him. Possibly saw his mom.
Possibly,
yeah, that could be a very interesting storyline.
That would be crazy interesting.
Yeah, loving the little
Mimi.
Yeah, with the cat kids. The cat kids have been fun since season 1.
Yeah.
So
it's super adorable.
Yeah, it really is.
When he was like all upset and he's like fighting the bowel the
bowel hunter
or whatever.
Which great, she's still around. We can't get one season without her.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Thought she was dead, and like, oh no, she's living in Otto's head now, rent free.
Yeah, and then Mimi showed up to like just calm down. I was like, this is so cute. She is adorable.
Yeah, she is. Yeah,
she's like they need to prop her up a little bit more in the anime. Like
they're working. I think they're working on
most protected all costs category because
like
she should be in it. She's super.
I think they're working on all the cat kids. There's like 3 of them, right?
Yeah,
they're working on getting them all more screen time and getting them to be stuff. But they're great and they're strong individuals. Too,
That's true.
Which is always fun. But yeah, that whole little sequence between those two beast people was fantastic.
When he saves the kids.
Yeah,
and he's like. They're like, what's your name? First of all, the kid he brings back home looks like the biggest dork ever. Yes. But anyways, he's like, I go by Gorgeous Tiger. I was like, and they're all like, Gorgeous Tiger. I was like, what a dork.
What a ridiculous.
Yeah, what is that outfit this kid's wearing? Like, just like weird. Dude, that kid gets beat up every day.
Mm-hmm. Facts, yeah, probably, yeah. They probably put him on that boat and threw it in front of the big boat.
Yeah,
just to beat him
like,
up.
Like a dorky baby blue sailor outfit.
I did enjoy quickly there how Garfield like sensed how scary Reinhardt was and strong was, and just immediately attacks him because like he's a threat, and Reinhardt's like, nah.
Yeah, one hand.
I'm stronger than you, bitch.
Yeah, he's so strong.
Meanwhile, last season Subaru was just like, crap, stop killing me.
Yeah, it would be cool if Subaru just get a little strong.
He's getting incrementally stronger. He is, but it's so slow,
and he's so much weaker than
everybody.
Like it's not even close. I mean, I guess his strength is charisma. Yeah, because now he's got Beatrice,
which helps him cast that dark magic. Now.
Yeah, and she's strong as all get out.
Yes,
and then like he's got Garfield, so
he's also a strong individual.
Yeah,
and he's got Amelia on his side,
and he's
also
got
a strong
Otto.
Individual. Yeah, he's got Otto. Yeah,
who's an what's that word? Integral piece to this entire thing. Integral piece. Yeah,
but getting to the meat of it. We have 2 archbishops there. Where they ran into the Archbishop of where's the white coat?
Yeah, what is he?
Is he Greed?
He might be Greed. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot.
No, he may be Greed. Yeah, I don't know.
The super strong guy.
Wrath was the girl we saw.
Yeah, which is very. Anyways, we'll get.
I mean, I expect that out of them.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about that in a second, but yeah, what was he?
I think he's Greed because he's like he likes
strong.
Everything. Yeah.
He's incredibly strong.
Yeah, he has that psychic power where he just like blast you away or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
So and then Amelia's like, I remember him
because she did from when she was a kid, but she's all like scrambled,
mind messed up.
Yeah.
And then Wrath, who like so good on the show's part, but God, it's so annoying. Why are all of them so weird?
I don't know. Yeah, because of the Archbishops of Sin.
No,
they gotta be weirdos.
She's so weird.
She's so weird. She's just like I love it. The way they've animated, the way they've drawn her whole outfit. Like, I don't know how she bandaged up her crotch, but like somehow she got bandages all around there.
Yeah, I don't know.
And she's just like, I like her little chain weapon too. That was really cool.
Yeah.
And it's funny to see. Obviously, I don't think the archbishops follow a distinct character personality pattern. Like, I don't think they're the opposite of the witches that they represent. But in this case, the Archbishop of Wrath. Remember, like the Witch of Wrath? She was like, she had like heart power and she healed Subaru and all that shit.
Yeah.
This was like kind of a perversion of that. It seems like she was still like super happy and kind and like loves everybody, thank you, and all that stuff. Yeah. But she's like super fucking evil.
Oh yeah, insanely evil.
Yeah.
First of all, her ability is really cool. Where she like magically coerced the crowd into like loving her and the kid, and then whatever she did to the kid, some voodoo magic nonsense.
Yes.
Which like that scene was animated really well.
The show always a great
very gross, but like was like when she dropped the kid, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, and we saw his face make impact, and I was like, whoa.
Also, just like Subaru and Dumber, going all the way back to season 1.
Yeah, he has a kill on Subaru, doesn't he?
What?
He has a kill on Subaru, doesn't he?
I can't remember.
I thought the gang guys had a kill on him.
Probably.
I could be wrong. I don't remember. Regardless, keep going.
But when they were just like crying together and they're like, oh yeah, the kid, and I was like, because at first I'm like, when Subaru was like, what do you want, blah blah, I was like, oh thank God, Subaru, get to the point of the stopper. And then like they like all of a sudden started cheering. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm like, oh no,
it's mind control. Yeah, when it flashed and the eyes were red, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, but then I'm also like all the most powerful people in the kingdom are here. Can't someone show up for a second?
Anybody at all. But no. But unfortunately, the Witch of Wrath did this to the one person. Although she pointed out 3 people individually. One was Subaru, which is very interesting.
That was interesting that she pointed out 3 people individually. They all were giving her sour looks. That was her point. So
yeah, maybe that was it, yeah. But then, unfortunately, she did this to the one guy who can reset and stop her, and it's Subaru. Like, I just like... When he reset at the end there, and he was just like, I think I'm going to be sick, I was like, oh, yeah, this is season 1 vibes right now. And this is just like, you can't handle the stuff that's happening.
And I don't know if he remembers, though. That's the thing.
You don't think he does?
No, I don't think he does.
Interesting. Why?
Because he just seemed confused.
Yeah, but I think he was confused about why he was acting that way.
Why he was acting what way?
The way he was like cheering for the kid.
No, I think he's like...
He doesn't remember?
I think he's just confused about like why he feels
interesting.
The way he does.
Okay, I'll be interesting piece.
It seems like that's what I got the vibe off. It was like he just like he knows. Actually, I don't even know.
I'll rewatch it. Yeah,
I don't even think he knows he died.
Interesting. Okay,
because the way he started, he was just like, "What?"
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. I'll rewatch it. I didn't know.
Did enjoy though. Sorry, just side note because that scene. But when Liliana's like, she's like, and then you'll grab the snacks. And then she repeated it again. He's like, what is this, like some choose your own adventure? And I have to say yes.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. So, it's going to be, it was too long of a first episode in my opinion, but very excited to see where it goes from here. There's 2 archbishops, maybe more. They're talking about the Archbishop of Gluttony. That was a big topic there, which they all want.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see where the show goes now. As always, it's ReZero. It's a great show.
Great show.
Yeah.
All right, now we're moving on to our, because that's all the anime we had.
Yes.
So we're now moving on to our manga portion. Spoiler alert, it's the most recent chapter of One Piece. If you're watching just the One Piece anime, you're not going to want to watch this. Mm-hmm. If you're not caught up on the manga, don't listen to us either.
Quick side note before we get to that, I did skim through the One Piece anime today. Animated great with Garp and Kizaru fighting.
I got it.
Aokiji. But anyways,
we should still watch and give opinions.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. We toss it in right before we do this. It's like because we, just a quick overview, but it was animated out the wazoo.
Of course.
Yeah, they had this weird flashback at one point where it was like, where Garp goes up to the scene before it. Garp goes over to Aokiji and he's like punching stuff. It's like, my son became a revolutionary. No. And then the next scene is like, which is animated insanely. He's like, Aokiji or Kuzan, my grandkid wants to go on pirate. I'm not gonna let it happen. He's like shaking him.
And it happened.
Yep. Poor Garp.
Yeah, I know, Garp. Poor Garp, especially. This was
he does get stabbed by Shirizu.
that
Shirizu
stupid piece of crap
of the rain.
Yeah. And also the fact that Garp is now, in chains and freaking Blackbeard's army, which is also annoying.
Yes.
That was in last chapter, not this most recent one.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
But this chapter was awesome.
It was fantastic.
It was so good. Yeah.
I was pumped to see this one. It was great.
Interesting.
It was very interesting. Legoland in Elbaf there with the sun god. Everything in that little land's a god. But that makes sense because the poor people there that are being tortured are just this sun god, quote unquote, this giant wearing a deer mask just keeps throwing giant animals into there.
I know.
It was like, you asshole.
I know. What a jerk. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Well, I did like the start of it when they're like, oh no, what those people that already live there, like, oh no, what's going on with the bees or whatever? What they call them, ear gods or something. I can't remember. They're like, oh no, what's going on with them? Something really bad's happening. I'm like, what's going on? And then it cuts to Nami, just keeps blowing them up, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty funny.
Yep.
I love when she's like, Luffy, Sanji, Zoro, someone save me. I'll even take Usopp at this point.
I know, that was really fucking. That was really good. That was hilarious. Yep. That whole debacle was great. And now, from that chapter, we see now that they're riding the cat out of there at the end, which was hilarious.
Yeah, that was awesome.
You are ours now.
Yeah, I love the scene where the guy shows up on the grasshopper, and he's like, don't go down that path, though. He's like, because anyone who's ever went down that path has never returned. And Nami's like, please come back and say that differently. And then it just shows Luffy, and he's like,
gone.
Yeah.
Still, the best scene in this entire panel of the arc, this manga chapter so far, was when Luffy's running, and he sees, there's another guy coming this way in Elbaf gear. That's okay, I'll just dodge him, and slams into the mirror wall. I wasn't expecting it because it's the way the manga panel's drawn. I'm like, I can't tell who that is. It's fine. Maybe there's some other guy running this way, in direction of another character. Let's go. It'll be fun. And no, it's just a wall. Yeah. He just takes it out, which was great.
This is this chapter is such a highlight of how great One Piece is, because it's exactly everything you want in One Piece. Starts out with Nami captured. Then Nami and Usopp going, fighting things. Usopp getting wrecked, and then Usopp later being like, I totally could have handled it.
Yep.
But then and then Zoro, Luffy, and Sanji all show up to save the day.
Yep.
Awesomely, of course. And then Sanji's immediately like, Nami. And then Luffy and Zoro being absolute dumbasses and be like, what, that thing's over there is really strong? Let's go check it out.
Sanji's just like, you just encourage Luffy now, Zoro.
No, yeah. So they those two go off. Luffy doing dumb stuff and wants to do crazy adventure stuff. And then they break through this glass. And so you get this all Luffy, Zoro, Sanji saving the day. Luffy and Zoro being absolute dumbasses. Sanji trying to hook up with Nami. Usopp and Nami being absolutely useless. Then them taking over the thing that they were originally fighting.
Yep.
And a big ass mystery on top of it. They're also it's One Piece and personified.
Kick off to a new arc. I love it.
I don't know how Chopper was on the other side or why he was on the other side.
I don't know. Maybe the guy was still so close for him or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know where Robin, Frankie, or Brooke are.
Or Jinbei.
Or
the other Elbaf giants.
Lilith.
Lilith, yeah, that's right.
Where she's at either.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this big sun god guy. He's got a sun god thing.
I did love when he showed up in the room though, because it's just classic Straw Hats. The whole place is destroyed.
I know. He walks in, and it's like, huh? And it's like, I'm just gonna clean this up real fast. Using Gear 5 overkill to take out this snake. And everything's on fire, and the guy's like, what did you do to my stuff?
And then they just, it's going to be, this.
I like their solution is well, if we just run really far and fast to the other one, we'll break through if we break through that glass, and then the wall on the other side, we'll be free.
Yeah, I know. Morons.
Of course.
Morons.
Instead of fighting the giant.
Yep, absolute idiots. This arc is going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
This arc is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really hoping Kid's got to be on this island. Because that's where his boat sank.
They sunk him off the coast.
Yeah,
so
that's where his boat sank. I'm imagining
The Kid Law got here somehow.
Law's not going to be here because he went the opposite direction.
That's true.
Kid, so I don't know where he's going to
come to Luffy for help.
Yeah, but that'd be really far away.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, who knows how far Beppo can swim?
Probably not that far. He's a useless boob.
Hey.
How many monster balls does he have?
Hey. I'm not saying that. I'm saying he's not the most useless.
That's true. He's not the most useless. This chapter was it was so fun to read. This is one of those where I'm just like, this is why I have no problem reading One Piece, because it just like, it cracked me up. And it just gets me excited to see the animation when it comes around.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
it's like
big time.
But like, I'm glad to get the story and everything.
Yeah, same. So the manga panel was awesome.
Oh, all their outfits look cool too.
The Elbaf outfits are awesome. I liked. We had our complaints about some of the Egghead outfits. Jinbei,
most of them.
I like Zoro's. I like Luffy's.
Zoro's was cool. Luffy's was cool. Chopper's was goated.
The rest kind of sucked.
Robin's and Nami's was the same. Oda, calm down. Sanji's and Jinbei's were terrible. And then Frankie's is almost the worst, and then Usopp's is the worst.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so these ones are way better than Egghead by miles. Mm-hmm. They look so cool. I'm so excited to see how this goes.
Everyone looks cool.
Everyone looks awesome.
Very worried to see Robin's, because he just, with Nami, he didn't hold any punches. I gotta look back at it in more detail to look at Chopper's, because Chopper's usually goated for me. He always looks so cool.
Yeah, it's Chopper.
And then Luffy, of course, Luffy looks the best.
Yeah, every time.
He looks exactly like you'd want him to look.
Facts.
I don't know what these weird. I think it's a total callback to Skypiea with Zoro's goggles there.
Yeah, those are fun.
I think it's a callback to Skypiea, but like.
Yeah, I like it. I dig it. Yeah. I'm here for it. Even Zoro pointed out, it's like, no, this makes sense.
I know. Classically. I think that what I like about it is they all look cool.
Yeah, every single one of them. They're out of control, looking good. Character design, even the villain that walked in. The fake sun god was like, cool. He's just designed out the wazoo.
Yeah.
So can't wait to see how this keeps going.
Yeah,
really excited for the next chapter.
Yeah, sadly we're gonna have to keep reading on that website.
Nah, that sucks. Yeah,
because it comes out on Sunday on this.
That's annoying.
That website sucks too.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I'm not gonna say it because it's
it's not great.
But yeah, and then next week.
Shangri-La Frontier comes back soon.
We're not be recording.
Yeah, I got some stuff going on.
Well, so do I.
Yeah.
So it might be a little delayed on the record for that one. But Shangri-La Frontier.
Yep.
Probably adding Blue Exorcist also.
Oh yeah. Oh geez. Yeah.
And the new Dragon Ball.
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of anime. We'll see how much we get through here.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot. But
living in a good time right now.
Living a really, really good time. Thank you, Normal Nerd Nation, for listening and maybe even watching another podcast episode. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and Instagram. Davis is always posting hilarious memes on there.
Also, like and subscribe while you're at it, and leave a rating if you have some time. It helps people find the show.